unfair labor practice notice to Tracy Johnson, Dean of the Life Sciences at UCLA. Why, you wonder? Because last week, graduate students in life sciences received a letter signed by the dean where they tell us, quote, an employee may strike and withhold their labor, but as a student, they're responsible for maintaining academic progress towards their degree, end quote. In other words, they're telling you all, get back to the lab. How do you feel about that? That's right. Let me tell you, everybody, this kind of letter, this kind of messages implies that the labor that we do for this university is nothing more than homework. Spreading fear and misinformation amongst workers who are forced to enroll in filler courses, right? Like the independent study classes that we have to take to be a student, to get healthcare, to be here. It undermines our status as de facto workers. How do you all feel about that? And like we mentioned earlier, to make matters worse, it's been 11 full days since our bargaining team passed a proposal, an economic proposal, and we have yet to hear back. So we're doing our part, but we have to hold them accountable. That's what we're here for today. So have you learned this one chant? What's up, polling? What's up, polling? What's up, polling? What's up, polling? That is right. So our next speaker is Kaya, a second-year student in ecology. Let's give it up for Kaya.
Hey everybody, how are you doing today? My name is Kaya. I'm a student researcher in ecology, and before I came to UCLA, I worked as a database manager at a nonprofit. I spent my days coding. Every week, I met with my manager. And sometimes we had whole team meetings across time zones. At the end of the month, I got a paycheck. Now, I work as a student researcher. I spend my days coding. Every week, I meet with my new manager, my PI. Sometimes we have whole team meetings across time zones. At the end of the month, or at the beginning of the month, or sometimes in the middle of the month, when UCLA decides to pay me not on time, I get a paycheck. Sounds like work to me. A couple of months ago, a professor at my undergraduate institution tweeted that researchers should not be treated as employees because, and I quote, academia is a calling. Do you recognize that argument? It has been used across industries to diminish workers and to justify their continued exploitation. Who here knows a public school teacher? We all know how underpaid they are. We've all heard, well, you were just meant to do this work, or you must really love teaching to put up with those conditions. These are the same patterns that I see all around me in academia. I'm told that I don't deserve to be paid like a worker because this is my passion. I watch my friends and my colleagues work through weekends and holidays because this is their passion. I hear from faculty, the same faculty who claim to support diversity, equity, and inclusion, that we shouldn't stand with our colleagues to improve working conditions for everyone because this is our passion. We are told that we do not deserve the rights of workers because we are not workers, but students. Last Wednesday, the Dean of Life Sciences, Tracy Johnson, stated that, quote, a strike concerned with employee matters can be distinguished from student activities, including teaching or research coursework. This amounts to nothing more than intimidation, retaliation, and good old-fashioned union busting. And what do we say to union busting? What's disgusting? Union busting! What's appalling? want to call it burnout. I want to call it getting fed up with exploitation. Does this sound familiar? According to an article in the magazine Stat, we are now seeing, quote, an unprecedented exodus of young life scientists. Professors can't recruit postdocs because they're all leaving for higher paying jobs with better job security and better working conditions. We are realizing how poorly we're treated, and we are deciding that we won't stand for it. For too long, academia has been closed to anyone who could not afford to treat it as a calling. We're out here in the third week of the largest academic worker strike in US history, because that needs to change. In this third week, not only is UC upping their intimidation tactics, they are also continuing to stall. As Annie said, it has been 11 days since UC has given student researchers and academic student employees an economic proposal. What do we say to that? They tell us we can't strike our research because we do it as students. To them I say, who runs the labs? Who writes the papers? Who brings in the grants? And that sounds like work to me. And we're going to be out here until they recognize our work as work. So one day longer. One day